and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing great. If you are new here, I am a second generation homeschooling mama of 4 little ones. I have a soon to be 3rd grader, 2nd grader, almost preschooler, and a 2-year-old. In today's video, I am going to be giving a look and a flip through of the Learning Language Arts through Literature. Technically, this is called the Yellow Book, but it's a 3rd grade language arts course. It has spelling, vocabulary, grammar, reading, penmanship, creative writing, higher order thinking skills. I fell in love with this when I got this. In all transparency, I did get this thrifted for the sole intention on doing this video for you because we are in the season now of everyone doing their curriculum planning, of choosing what is working for their family, maybe choosing new, maybe tossing out the old. It just depends. I actually love this season. It's almost like the equivalent of a Christmas morning homeschool mom version when it comes to choosing new curriculum and really reflecting on what has worked and what hasn't, and then the fun process of looking at reviews and flip throughs and deciding if something is going to work or not work and see if it fits your family. And I really do. It's the homeschool mom side of me that enjoys this season so much when it comes to everybody sharing what they're going to be doing for the upcoming year. With all that being said, that is why I picked this up, because I wanted to give you guys a flip through of it. So my first initial impression of Learning Language Arts through Literature was actually very positive, because a lot of the things that they do implement in this curriculum are all things that I implement while using the McGuffies. It's using books, language arts, actual literature passages to actually make it really come alive. And I love doing language arts this way because you're learning language arts while doing it. You're reading the stories, copy work, narration, and doing all the things so it really comes alive, so you're not just learning about it, you're actually doing it. So I do have both the teacher book as well as a student activity book. So we are going to go ahead and turn the camera around and get into the flip through. I did want to show you guys a few of the books that do go along with the curriculum in case you want to get an idea really of what everything does entail when using this course. So these were the books that I had already on my shelf. I did not buy all the books that go along with it because, again, I'm not really planning on using it right now. But for the purpose of this video, I will show you some of the stories here of everything. So we're going to open up the student activity book here. Again, this was thrifted, and so the first few lessons I believe were already completed and already done. So welcome to Learning Language Arts through Literature. This is the yellow student activity book where you will record your answers to the questions from the yellow teacher book. So this is a curriculum where you really do need both the teacher and this. With the Christian Light Education program I use, I don't think the teacher guide is 100% necessary. Like once you get to the later grades, I do think it's useful. Anyway, with all that being said, it is probably more of a necessity for this curriculum. You will enjoy learning language arts as you read good books and practice your writing skills in fun and creative ways. Remember, any skill seems difficult at first, but as you complete each day's work, you will get better. Throughout your student book, you will find notes pages, so use these pages for extra work to practice your penmanship or to take notes. So on the teacher's note here, this is the part where I said that is very similar to the McGuffies. So you take pretty much one lesson and you work on that one lesson for a whole week. So for example, lesson 1 consists of days 1 through 5. On day 1, your student completes A through D, and then etc., etc. So on the first day, they're going to listen, copy literature passage, make corrections, etc. On B, you're going to learn about punctuation, periods and commas, copy spelling words, and discuss spelling patterns and optional enrichment activities, which can be that 4th day if you want, or 4th or 5th day. So the following day, you will teach day 2. So again, this is really just like I use the McGuffies, where you are taking every lesson and spreading it out over a week. I love that. For the first 2 weeks, you're going to be going through the Tale of Benjamin Bunny. I have that story as part of the Peter Rabbit and Other Stories in this book here. So we're going to be going through the Tales of Benjamin Bunny on the first couple of weeks. Let me move this out of the sun so you can see it a little bit better. There we go, that's a little bit better. Sorry about that. So on day 1, you're going to copy the sentences from above. Again, this is a little paragraph from the Tale of Benjamin Bunny, which was from this book. So you're going to read the story, and then you're going to, for the first day, day 1, you're going to just copy the sentences. You are going to compare your copy to the literature passage and make corrections. So again, this is what I use the lesson books for, along with my McGuffie. So I love the fact that everything is kind of already done for you, kind of similar to the lesson books, but it's all here. So there are 3 periods in this passage. Circle each one. There are 4 commas in this passage. Draw a square around each one. And then you have focus on your spelling words, and then copy the spelling words, say the words out loud as you write them. And then your letter D, this is all you do on day 1. So on day 1, you're only doing this page and this. So it is very gentle, impactful, just like it when it comes to using the McGuffies. Like, it's not a lot of work. You're only talking about doing 1 page and a little part up here for your spelling. But in the process of doing this, you're doing reading, you're doing dictation, you are doing grammar, you're doing spelling, you're doing everything within just 1.5 pages. So it's beautifully done, and I love again how gentle it is, very Charlotte Mason-esque as well. So on the enrichment activity, you find the spelling words in this puzzle, and that's it, that's day 1. So on day 2, you're gonna have more of your grammar guide, what is a noun, proper noun, and then over here, so you're gonna make a list of the people in your family talking about proper nouns, and then that is it. That's all you do day 2. So day 3, you have looking in a literature passage, find a word that begins with a silent letter and circle that word. So you're gonna go back to here, look at that passage from the story that you read earlier, you're gonna have discussions, and then over here, use the words to fill in the blanks for these sentences. Really, by day 3, you should have mastered most of your spelling words for the week. And then day 4, again, that's very small for day 3, but day 4, you're gonna be having more discussions. There's 2 things are wrong with this telling sentence. Tell your teacher how to correct it. So you're gonna be doing self-correction. And then on the last day, you're gonna be looking at the literature passage from day 1 again. How did Benjamin find his aunt's rabbit hole in the woods filled with rabbit holes? So use your imagination. So again, you're doing some more creative writing. You have your spelling test on day 5. You have an enrichment activity, handwriting, and then this is where they also introduce cursive writing, which again, I love that they incorporate this because we are going to be doing most of our handwriting practice is going to be doing cursive this fall. So I'm excited to see this already in this book. If you do want your kiddos to learn cursive and have handwriting and narration be all the same part of the thing, while it being very gentle, and you can get this done in probably under, I would say 10 minutes. And then at the end of every week, you are gonna have review activities where you're gonna circle all the proper nouns, do copy work, you're gonna rewrite each sentence, making sure there's uppercase at the beginning, punctuation marks, and then any notes or anything like that. So then you move on to lesson 2, which again is using the Peter Rabbit book again. And then it's the exact same thing. You just keep adding building blocks and very gently and very beautifully. And then again, you're adding new letters for cursive writing. You have your review activities and notes in the back. And then every single day and every single week is like that, where it just slowly builds upon each other. I just love how, again, gentle and short it is. Similar to the McGuffies, we can finish our entire language arts of everything that we need to know for the day in about 10 minutes. I can see that by the time you do your reading and then this, it's gonna be about that 10 to 15 minute mark as well. Not a lot, again, not overwhelming. You don't have a separate spelling, a separate writing, a separate reading, a separate language arts. Everything is all inclusive in here. So I do love that. I did want to give you a little bit of a brief look at the teacher guide as well. This is going to help you. If you are a new homeschooling mama, this would be a great option for you because it's going to give you a beautifully, beautifully done guide. It's not going to give you an actual script like some curriculums do, but again, it is just beautifully done. So you have a lot of teacher's notes. So as your student completes each lesson, choose skills from the review activities that he needs. The review activities follow each lesson. So I love that they mentioned that you do not have to do every single review activity. You just choose based off of what your student is needing help with. So if we go back to the lesson here, let me show you here. So for your review activities, write a synonym for each word, suffixes, compound words. So you kind of pick just one little section that they might need some extra review on, but you don't have to feel like you have to do the whole page and add on more work if your student doesn't need it. So they give you the freedom and the flexibility as a mama to really hone in on what your student needs help with without overburdening them or overwhelming them with busy workbook things. So again, I love how gentle it is. It is beautifully done. And if you are looking for something that is kind of like the McGuffies, but you want something a little more open and go that has everything laid out for you, then this would be a beautiful option if you want a more Charlotte Mason type language arts program. In the back of your teacher guide, you do of course have your simple words here to if you need to look it up really quick, or if your student needs to look it up, you have your noun, proper noun, synonym, like what all those are for. So let me open up this part because I wanted to read you guys just a little bit about their thinking about why they created this. So as parents, we watched and marveled at the way our little ones learned to talk. By listening and responding to English spoken well, they were able to communicate quite clearly. The process was so gradual that they were not even aware it was taking place. It is the belief of the publishers and authors of the Learning Language Arts Through Literature series that written language can best be learned in the same manner. By reading fine literature and working with good models of writing, children will receive a quality education in language arts. If you desire to teach using this integrated approach to language, this curriculum is for you. So Dr. Ruth Beachick confirmed that this method of teaching is an appropriate and successful way to introduce our young students to the joys of reading, writing, and thinking. Our own experiences using these lessons with children have encouraged us to share them with you. Their enjoyment and enthusiasm for reading and writing are unmatched recommendations for this method of teaching. The integrated language approach has the benefits of all teaching methods. By working with pieces of real literature, you focus on grammar, reading, vocabulary, spelling, writing, thinking skills, and penmanship. Your student has the best advantage for learning skills in this effective and lasting manner, and I do agree with that. And then it will go through how to use the book with grammar, reading skills, spelling, higher order thinking skills, creative writing, journal entries, handwriting, and then all of your assessments and everything like that. That has it. So I want to share that with you. So we have the Tale of Benjamin Bunny is going to be your first couple of weeks. We have the Other Kitten, and then we also are going to learn how to use a dictionary. We have the White Stallion would be another one. I do not have the book Whistles or Rain in the Night, and a couple of the other ones. Hello! But I do have the Meet George Washington and the Courage of Sarah Noble, which is also all part of this curriculum. Hi, you gonna read all the books? The horsey, is that the kitten? You gonna look at the book? And the bunny, that's Peter Rabbit. Is that Peter Rabbit? Yeah. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing and hearing a little bit about the Learning Language Arts through literature. Again, this is not something I'm going to be doing right now, but I am holding on to it because my oldest is going into 3rd grade. So I have 3 other little ones coming up that this could be a potential thing if we decide to venture away from things that we already are loving, which I don't foresee doing that. But don't hold me to that because this is beautifully, beautifully done. And I was excited to share it with you guys. But thank you guys again for being here. Until my next video, you guys have a great day, whatever you're doing, and God bless. Bye guys.